Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to another WWE Fantasy Log. If you were just here, you know we just reviewed Hell in a Cell, and so now we're going to cover the rest of the week. This is our Fantasy Log for the week of the 31st, covers Raw from the 30th from Halloween, and Smackdown, of course, from the night after. I'm James Phoenix, with me is still Jeff.
What's up? And now the news.
Yeah, a little tidbits of news here. First of all, it was announced by WWE that they are launching their own cruiserweight show on the WWE Network entitled 205 Live. After the weight of 205 pounds, which is the weight limit that cruiserweights must be under to qualify for the division.
Yeah, I don't know if this is such a good idea.
Do tell.
Well, it kind of makes the cruiserweights not as special on Raw if they're doing their own show on the WWE Network.
True.
And on the other hand, the fact that they get their own show on the network, what kind of message does that send to, the people who get paid more than those guys, the people who are there busting their asses every day on Raw and SmackDown, that they're like, no, you're not good enough for the WWE Network. Your ass is stuck on regular network television, slumping for USA.
In all fairness, those guys are probably making more.
They are, but still, it's like I don't know. It just, to me, it seems like not a good idea to do a cruiserweight show. Because it almost to me feels like an admission of we done fucked up and they're a failure. That's kind of what it feels like to me. Because they made this huge deal of exclusive to Raw cruiserweight division, and they they have their own colors. They change color of the ring. They have their own production thing in Raw, making it a special part of Raw. And now they're like, yeah, that was a fucking failure. Shunt them to the network. Because that's the other way you could look at it. And I'm just like, yeah.
Well, technically, you have to remember the Cruiserweight started on the network with the Cruiserweight Classic, which was a huge success.
It was, but it was all supposed to lead to them coming to Raw with the new title, blah, blah, blah.
Well, nobody said they can't do both.
I suppose.
Think of it as the WWE's X Division show.
The X Division was a division within TNA. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, so what happens. It premieres on the WWE Network November 29th. Not a whole lot of other news going on this week, as far as I can tell. As was mentioned last week, Austin Aries is still healing up from a nasty kick to the head from Shinsuke Nakamura. We wish him well.
Yeah, we wish his eye well.
Yep.
Or what's left of his eye.
Yep. And other than that, it's been a relatively slow week in wrestling. There's one other thing worth mentioning. Billy Corgan has parted ways with TNA, so he's no longer attempting to purchase the company or anything. So it'll be interesting to see where the company goes forward from there.
Yeah, but TNA also do continue overseas as the station, the channel over in the UK, who had the exclusive rights to TNA, who exclusively aired TNA over in the UK, was like, as of the end of this year, no, we're not. Fuck you, TNA. So, yeah, unless TNA finds another channel over in the UK, there goes that entire market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Which I saw people... Go ahead.
They can put it on the network.
Yeah. But as some people in the UK mentioned, that was kind of a surprising announcement, considering that the UK is a rather large market for TNA.
Yeah. And I was only partially joking because it's well known that WWE did put in a bid to buy at least TNA's tape library, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And they were bidding against Billy Corgan. So if Billy Corgan has pulled out of this whole situation, it puts WWE in a stronger bidding position to potentially get a hold of some of that property.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that plays. We'll see where that goes. So, that's that. WWE did win a few awards at the W3 Awards, so props to them for that. 5 golds and 12 silvers.
What does W3 stand for?
The W3, that is the, let's see here. What are we calling this? W3. Appears to be some kind of internet award. Oh, that's actually the W Cubed Awards.
Oh.
They didn't. It's the W Cubed Awards. It honors creative excellence on the web.
World Wide Web. That makes sense. Okay.
You have WWE won the Best in Show Award for WrestleMania 31 social marketing in sports. They won gold medals for WWE.com website features homepage, WWE Network website features visual appeal, WWE app with network mobile app sites, sports, WWE social media won social features social presence, and Connor's Cure won social content and marketing, public service, and activism. And
that had to have pissed Mole right off.
And then silver awards were awarded for general website categories for .com for sports and entertainment, their YouTube channel for variety channel, the network for categories entertainment, sports, and media streaming, WrestleMania 31 for social content marketing, events, and entertainment, the app with the network for mobile apps, sites, entertainment, and mobile features best user interface, WWE Superstar Inc. for best for an online video web series in silver. And make your grand WrestleMania 32 entrance in 360 degrees for online video interactive video.
So their YouTube channel for variety entertainment. Yes, because the WWE YouTube channel has such variety, such as wrestling, more wrestling, even more wrestling.
That's not true. It has wrestling. It has clips of everything on the WWE Network, ranging from reality shows to cartoons. It has YouTube.com exclusives. It probably has a couple episodes of Up, Down, Down in there somewhere.
No, Up, Down's on its own channel. They don't put that on there.
It is, but they've had some crossovers and things involving that. So there's quite a bit on the WWE YouTube channel, actually. But that was that.
Fair enough.
So in the meantime, let's go on to do the thing that we do. That we are here to do. So we opened up Monday Night Raw with Goldberg, who came out, cut a promo about Brock Lesnar, cut a promo on Paul Heyman. Was then interrupted by Rusev, who got hit with a right hand and a jackhammer, and then Paul Heyman ate a spear. So promo points all around.
Paul Riss.
Let me go ahead and bring this up. By the way, just for those of you who were not here in the previous video, we'll just throw this up real quick. Here's a quick look at our leaderboards. I said Kevin Owens still on top. AJ Styles now trailing by over 100 points, followed by Roman Reigns off his title retention. Have the SmackDown champions Rhino, Charlotte boosting up with a women's title victory. Seth Rollins, Jericho, the Raw Tag Champs Big E and Kofi, and the other half the SmackDown champs Heath Slater rounding out the top 10. Current overall scorings still have Team Shield way in the lead at 46-61. Can't Team that at 41-44, and then Team Bullet Club trailing at 34-53.
Man, I feel bad for John.
As well you should. So, as I was saying, that is promo points to Goldberg, Paul Riss, and Rusev.
Did Rusev actually say anything? I don't remember him saying anything.
Then we won't give him promo points. Steen and Goldberg gets 2 extra points for the moves. Rusev will get showing up points then.
Yeah.
And Paul Riss will get a promo. Following that, we had a one-on-one match between Enzo Amore and Luke Gallows in a trick or street fight because Halloween. This involved a variety of goofy decorations, pumpkins, and ridiculousness, as well as Enzo and Cass dressed as Buzz and Woody from Toy Story.
Okay, then.
Indeed. So, by the time this match was over, Enzo and Cass each had a move, and the club had done nothing except be embarrassed.
Again.
So, Luke Gallows is going to get himself a loss on this, so that's going to be 5 points for competing, no points for moves. Thanks for showing up. 5 points to your partner for coming into the ring, too.
Okay, then.
It's what it is.
Makes me sad.
And Big Cass was at ringside here for a... Actually, that's true. Carl Anderson gets accompaniment points. No, I gave him that already. Fair enough. And then Big Cass gets 5 accompaniment points plus 1 for his move. Is 6 points to Big Cass.
One move of doom.
And then Enzo gets himself... let's see. What do we give her? 20 points for winning a match. 5 for competing against 25. And 1 for his move is 26 points to Enzo Amore. All right.
Enzo Lightyear.
We cut to the back and we see in an ambulance and we see Paul. Then we're told that Paul Heyman is inside and being taken to the hospital.
Really? He has to be taken to the hospital after one spear?
He's a fat old man.
Fair enough.
The audience was equally shocked when the ambulance was jacked by three equally old men in black and white who rammed a semi into it. All right, that's all an NWO joke gets. Fine, screw you too.
I'm fairly certain the only one of those three who was that old was Hogan. Because I'm fairly certain both Nash and Hall are not anywhere near as old as Paul Heyman.
Okay. Debatable, but fair enough. But let us continue with the program.
Indubitably.
Yep.
Make it so.
I will make it so. One thing though. Yeah. Nash and Hall are respectively 6 and 7 years older than Paul Heyman.
Really?
Paul Heyman is only 51.
That is very surprising.
I know.
He looks way fucking old.
He kind of does. Anyway, back to the program. We had ourselves a Cruiserweight Championship match where the Brian Kendrick defended his title against TJ Perkins by getting himself counted out.
Okay, then.
Indeed. Pretty much all that happened. So, Perkins has 1 point for a move, and Perkins does get a match victory, so he does get 20 points for that, and 1 point for his move is 21 points.
Fair enough.
21 points to TJ Perkins. 5. He's 195. Meanwhile, the Brian Kendrick got himself counted out, which means he would get 5 for competing, minus 4 for getting counted out as 1 point. He also has 3 points for an evasion in the ring, so that's 4. So basically, the evasion and the that's basically that counts as most of what he lost. So that leaves him with 2 points. No, wait. What am I talking about? I'm confused. Had 5. He lost 4. He gained 3. So he ends up with 4 points. Makes it most of what he lost. So Kendrick ends up with 4 points. Plus, as officially stated, he retained the Cruiserweight Championship, which is another 20. So that's going to get himself 24 points.
Alrighty then.
Puts him at 235. We then see Braun Strowman approach Mick Foley and say that he wants to be a part of Team Raw at the Survivor Series. Foley says he does take Strowman's threat seriously and puts him in a battle royal tonight where the winner will get a spot on Team Raw at the Survivor Series. Promo points to the Braun Strowman.
Red, yet another Braun Strowman's Crush match.
Not necessarily. Mick Foley then comes out to the ring to discuss the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and the upcoming Survivor Series. Says he's proud of everybody except Jericho and Owens for screwing over Seth Rollins. With that said, best friends make their way to the ring. Foley says he needs them on Team Raw Survivor Series because of how smart and devious they are. Foley then follows in that he also needs another guy. But not just any guy. He needs the guy.
He says, I need a guy I can trust, but not just any guy. I need the guy.
Roman Reigns joins them in the ring and thanks Foley for his vote of confidence. Says he was going to dress up as a stupid idiot for Halloween, but the store didn't have any more Jericho costumes.
That was a great line. When he said that, I was like, oh, damn.
Jericho teases he's going to add Roman to the list, but he ends up not doing it, saying Roman isn't worthy of being on the list. He adds that he's from Canada and doesn't know anything about the U.S. or like anyone from the U.S., but he would be a better U.S. champion. He says if he wanted to, he would take that title from Roman tonight, and so Reigns takes him up on the challenge, and Foley makes it official. So promo points to all those people.
Which is hilarious considering he lives in, like, Florida.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So let's see. Roman Reigns earned himself 8 points. That's going to put him up at 34.
No, promo points all around.
5 points to Jericho. There's Jericho. Yeah, is this? Yeah, okay, so 8 points to Jericho. And I'll put him at 34. And then 8 points to Kevin Owens. Put him at 42. Okay. So we roll on through the program.
Yeah.
We then have the aforementioned Battle Royal.
Mm-hmm.
Which is mostly Braun Strowman squashing people.
Like I said, Braun Strowman squash match.
Pretty much. So, people who lost this match, who will get
everyone named not named Braun Strowman.
It will, but we're going to go through and make sure that everybody gets the proper points that they deserve. So, R-Truth gets 5 points.
What's up?
And Bo Dallas gets 5 points.
Bo believe.
Only he can believe in Bo.
Apparently Vince McMahon does not believe in Bo.
Then there's Strowman, Jinder Mahal gets 5 points. Hope you're enjoying getting paid again, Jinder.
Peace through violence.
Indeed. So, what else we got here? The Jinder Mahal, then Darren Young, who is not being made great again.
No.
Of course, that operated under the assumption that he was great in the first place.
Hey, do I get Bob Backlund points?
It's a battle royal. I doubt he was there.
Fair enough.
Yes. And then, let's see. Who else got in this match? Aaron Young. We got Curtis Axel gets 5 points.
Who is still less than perfect.
Pretty much. And then we're going to follow up with Titus O'Neil gets 5 points.
Fair enough.
9. And then we got Goldust gets 5 points. Goldust.
Retire.
Why should he? He's entertaining as hell.
Yeah, he's also old as hell,
He is, but he can still do it. That's what's good.
I guess.
Anyway, following Goldust, we then have Cesaro and Sheamus. Yeah, Roman. Neville gets 5 points. Neville. And then that leads us to the guys that actually had some semblance of move points, and we'll get the last 4 guys here.
So Neville, the man that everybody forgot.
So Sheamus gets 5 plus 6 for his moves is 11.
Are you not entertained?
No, we're not. And then Cesaro has himself 9 points, plus his 5 would put him at 14. Put him at 79. 279, that is. And then we have Sami Zayn, who got 3 move points. So he gets 8 points. Puts him at 190.
Someone whose career ended after he left NXT.
It's not true. He had a great feud with Kevin Owens. And then that leaves Braun Strowman, who gets himself 20 points for winning a match, 5 for competing is 25, and 19 points for moves and eliminations. So 25 plus 19 is going to be 35, and 9 is 44 points Braun Strowman.
God damn.
What's it been? 265.
Okay, then.
All right, so after Braun Strowman does this, we then move on to a Cruiserweight, a 6-man tag team match playa.
Again.
Which is a rematch of the pre-show, except that we replaced Sin Cara with Rich Swann, which, in my personal opinion, is a huge improvement.
Sorry, I was about to say that you replace Sin Cara with someone with talent.
Yep, pretty much. And
Okay,
charisma.
Yes.
I think after the Brian Kendrick, Rich Swann is my favorite cruiserweight.
He is cool.
Anyway, so let's see what kind of points these guys got. So unfortunately, only Rich Swann and Lince Dorado got any points for this match, move-wise. So the 3 heels will each get 5 points for showing up. So 5 points to Arya Daivari, puts him at 21. And then we got 5 points to Tony Nese, 77. And then 5 points to, who's the other guy in that match? Drew Gulak, of course. That puts him at 44. Okay. Then we have winners in this match. I'll start off with guy who didn't do a heck of a lot, Cedric Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
Who will get himself 15 points for being on the winning team. And 5 for competing will give him 20 points.
Okay, then.
And then Lince Dorado will get 15 points for being on the winning team and 5 for competing. Plus 1 is 21 points. Lince Dorado, where is he? Down here. It's him at 77. And then we will go to the winner, Rich Swann, who had 4 moves, so he'll get, let's see, 20 points for the win. Plus 5 is 25. Plus the points is 29.
Fair
points,
enough.
Rich Swann. 88.98. We'll put him at 107. After this, we got to a promo in the ring where Charlotte is carried out to the ring on a platform by 4 dudes dressed like ancient Romans.
Was it her thrown from the pay-per-view?
I do not know.
Because that was her entrance. She came out on like a throne carried by 4 dudes.
That's probably what it was.
Fair enough.
So she cuts a promo making history in Hell in a Cell and says she does not want Bayley on her team at Survivor Series and that because she will be the weak link of the team. She tells Bayley to come into the ring, and then she starts cutting a promo in her face. And she says Bayley has to face another member of Team Raw before the Survivor Series. Bayley says she's tired of listening, and Charlotte announces Bayley will face Nia Jax. No promo points to those 2 ladies.
Fair enough.
And Bayley gets 8 points, puts her at 2. Okay. Then we have a one-on-one match between Nia Jax and Bayley. It's, for all intents and purposes, a
squash match.
Yeah, Bayley throws in a bunch of offense moves, and then Nia Jax just beats her. After Bayley is thrown outside and then sells a knee injury. So Bayley gets 2 points for moves and 5 for competing is 7. And then Nia Jax gets 20 points for a match win, 5 for competing is 25. And she had an evasion and a move, which is 4 additional points. So that's 29 points, Nia Jax. It's to 137.
Okay.
Then we had Sheamus and Cesaro squash the Shining Stars. In a very short tag team match playa. Which Primo and Sheamus are the only 2 to get any kind of stuff here. So Epico gets 5, thank you for showing up points.
Okay.
And Primo gets himself 5, thank you for showing up points, plus 3 for an evasion is 8. 75. And then on the victor side, Sheamus got the victory on this, so we'll do Cesaro first. Cesaro did not get anything. Cesaro just gets the standard 20 points for being on the winning team. And Sheamus gets 25 plus his finisher, Cloverleaf, is 26 points, Sheamus.
Alrighty then.
293 for Sheamus. Okay. After this, we see footage of Goldust and R-Truth going to a haunted house earlier in the night. Should I give him promo points for that?
Sure.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
All right. 02. Hold on. Okay. And then Jericho and Owens talk in the back about how great it will be if Jericho won the U.S. title tonight. So promo points to those 2 dudes.
All right.
And Owens over here. And then we have our main event, Roman Reigns defending the U.S. title against Chris Jericho.
Right.
And this was a good back and forth match where Kevin Owens got involved more conservatively than I expected him to. But he did inevitably get involved near the end and ended up just beating down Roman Reigns and causing a DQ.
Hello, board Stashman.
Hi.
Apparently your machine decided you were too bored.
Yeah.
All right.
Indeed.
Moving on.
Yep. So, so with the main event. So we got
Indeed.
ourselves with all that. So we're going to give Kevin Owens 5 accompaniment to ring points and 1 for his move is 6 points. Kevin Owens.
Does that mean he gets interference points too?
Oh yeah, you're right. Another 6 for that. Let's see, it's 659 total. And then Seth Rollins gets. He didn't really interfere because the match was over, but he gets showing up points.
Yep, and whooping ass points.
Yep. So Rollins gets 4 move points plus 3 showing up points is 7 points for Seth Rollins. And then in the actual match, we have Chris Jericho earned himself 2 evasions and 3 moves, is a total of 9 points for that. And that'll be 9 for that, plus 5 for competing, puts him at 14, plus being in the main event makes it 17 points for Jericho.
Alrighty.
356.
Should he get OMG points for putting Reigns over?
Huh. And then finally we have Roman Reigns, who had 3 evasions and hit 6 moves. So that's 9 plus 6 is 15 points. Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, let's see here. Let's just do it this way. It's going to be easier. So Roman gets 20 points for winning the match, and a U.S. title retention is worth another 20 points. So that's going to be 40 points, plus 8 for competing is 48. Plus it's the main event is 51, plus winning the main event is 61. Plus his aforementioned moves is another 15, which puts him at 76 points.
Fair enough. Damn, Reigns. Jeez.
06. Puts him at 510.
Holy shit. Wow. He got over 100 points in 2 days. Good fucking God.
Puts him 16 points behind AJ Styles. Solidly in number 3. And that was Monday Night Raw.
He is most definitely the guy.
Evidently. So, moving on to SmackDown. Well, let's check the scores, by the way. So, 49-52 on Team Shield, 42-59 on You Can't Team That, and 36-25 for the Bullet Club.
My God. You kidding me? I came out with almost 300 points just on Raw alone. Wow. That is totally ridiculous. And I got like 500 points on the Hell in a Cell. My Lord.
Yep. Let's see what SmackDown has.
Let's
go into SmackDown. Gonna see what happened here. All right.
All right.
Where the heck is the SmackDown? There we go, right there. SmackDown results.
Indeed.
Indeed. All right. So SmackDown's coming from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey.
All right.
Because, of course, the show that doesn't have the talker from Jersey on it goes to Jersey.
Yeah, but the talker from Jersey is being billed from New York, so that's okay.
No, he's not.
I thought they were both billed from New York.
No, Cass is from New York. Enzo's from Jersey.
I know that's where they're actually from. I just said I thought they were both billed from New York, but fair enough.
I think they are. Let's see. Enzo Amore. Debut is the build from Hackensack, New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yep. So SmackDown opens up with Dean Ambrose calling James Ellsworth out to the ring.
Ellsworth.
So Ambrose gets in Ellsworth's face, and Ellsworth apologizes profusely for costing Ambrose his match last week. AJ interrupts and tells Ellsworth Ambrose is using him, and AJ says he respects him more than Ambrose does. Ambrose says the reason he likes Ellsworth is because he doesn't take the cheap, easy way out like AJ does. Ellsworth tries to stop Styles and Ambrose from fighting, but AJ pushes Ellsworth out of the way and drops Ambrose with a kick to the head. AJ throws Ellsworth out of the ring and hits the phenomenal forearm on Ambrose in the ring. And AJ then takes his belt and leaves.
So promo points to the three of them?
Yep. And a phenomenal forearm point to AJ. That's 6 points to AJ. And then promo points to Ambrose. And promo points to James Ellsworth. Okay. We have a video package on the history between Orton and Bray Wyatt, with Orton turning on Kane. That doesn't count. Ambrose yells at Ellsworth backstage until Daniel Bryan walks in and tells him to calm down. He gives Ambrose a rematch against AJ and orders Ellsworth to stay backstage. 5 more points each for Ambrose and Ellsworth.
Fair enough. How many points does Ellsworth have?
100.
Good Lord.
Well, he's been on like 3 main events in a row.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah.
Ellsworth.
Put him on
Ellsworth.
roster. He needs the points.
Moving along. We then have Randy Orton versus Kane in a no DQ match.
Where they're apparently heel turning Randy Orton for no reason.
Yeah, they go back and forth. They brawl outside the ring. Kane sets up a choke slam, but the lights go out. The Wyatts show up. They beat up Kane, and Orton helps them. That's basically what happened.
Then RKO out of everywhere.
Yeah, basically. So 1 point each for Orton, Harper, and Wyatt out of that whole exchange. So we'll start off with, that's got to be Kane, who gets 5 thank you for showing up points.
Poor Kane.
Yep. And then we're going to have, let's see. So the Wyatts would get interference points each.
Yes.
So that'd be 6 and 1 for each of them. Is 7 points for each Wyatt. So Bray. All right, and then we're gonna have, what am I doing here? Lost myself. There we go. Randy Orton himself as winner of the match. As the 1 point, gets 20 for a win, 5 for competing, and the 1 is 26 points, Randy Orton. And 6 is 205 for Randy.
He doesn't get escape points for the choke slam.
No, because he didn't escape it. The lights went out and the Wyatt showed up.
Fair enough.
We then have a women's tag team match where Alexa Bliss and Carmella defeated Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella.
And a match where nothing happened.
Basically. So with that, we'll go to the losers first. Nikki Bella got 5 thank you for showing up points.
All right.
And Becky Lynch got 5 thank you for showing up points plus 2 move points. So that's 7 for Becky.
And we see the great Stashman once again.
Hi.
Is there a time limit on the screen share that we don't know about?
No, it's just annoying.
Fair enough. So it's
And
just
then,
completely ass random, huh?
and then we had Carmella, who would get herself 15 points for being on the winning team and 5 for competing. Is 20 points Carmella.
Fair enough.
And then 25 plus 1 for the move is 26 points Alexa for the win.
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn.
99 becomes 205. Okay.
Woo, go Alexa.
Shane and Daniel in the back talking about who should be the leader of their women's team at Survivor Series. Daniel wants Becky, but Natalia walks in and volunteers. Shane seems to think it's a good idea for Natalia to lead the team, and he convinces Daniel Bryan. So Natalia will be makes it official that Natalia will be the coach for the women at Survivor Series.
That's not going to go well.
No.
I don't know if that's a good thing that, or that's a good sign that the women's champion isn't the leader. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
How does that make any goddamn sense?
I don't know. Meanwhile, American Alpha squashed the Spirit Squad to qualify for the Tag Team Survivor Series match.
Tag team squash match.
Yep.
Nothing happened.
Yep. So for this match, Jordan gets 3 and Gable gets 1. So the Spirit Squad each get 5. Thank you for showing up points. And then we got, let's see. I believe, if I read this correctly, Gable got the pin off this.
Yes, that's what we ascertained.
Yes. Okay. So therefore, we'll do Jason Jordan first. He gets 15 team points, plus 5 for competing is 20, and 3 moves is 23.
All right.
158. And then Gable would get himself 25 points for the win, competing and for the win, and 1 is 26 for Gable. 141. Okay.
Ready, Willie, Gable.
Basically. We then had a Miz TV segment
Where Daniel Bryan announced who the team SmackDown is going to be and completely pissed off The Miz. Again.
Yep. And apparently also pissed off Jeff.
A little bit. I think it's kind of bullshit that Dolph Ziggler's not going to be on the team. I'm like, come on. He's the Intercontinental Champion. Your best people have to include your champions, as they're obviously the best people on your roster at the moment. I just feel that without Ziggler on that roster, on that team, if SmackDown wins, it kind of buries Raw, because Raw has both the Universal Champion and the United States Champion on the team. So it's like, right. And it also kind of goes against what Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, the challenge they set forth to Raw, saying, our best 5 versus your best 5. Are you really putting forth your best 5 when you don't have your Intercontinental Champion on the team? I would say no. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. I guess it kind of makes sense, but I can see, given that they've been building that feud up and they probably want a big title match at Survivor Series, and they need at least 1 or 2 title matches to justify the pay-per-view, so I see why they need to go that way. Anyway, so promo, and so Miz and Maurice get promo points.
Fair enough.
Six and Maurice. 130. And then they're both told to sit on commentary for this next match, so they each get 5 commentary points.
And I would also point out, if you're not going to go with Dolph Ziggler, could you have picked someone better than Baron Corbin? Come on. I mean, really, did you guys pick him just because you knew Braun Strowman needed another beat slut?
Mm.
You know that's what's going to happen. He's going to be Braun Strowman's beat slut.
Mm. Could be. Anyway, Dolph Ziggler issues an open challenge for the Intercontinental title, and the challenge is accepted by Kurt Hawkins, who cuts a promo about how he's going to take the title, and then as soon as the bell rings, gets immediately super kicked and loses. So 8 promo points to Kurt Hawkins for showing up.
Fair enough.
Which would be 26 points.
I guess that means Kurt Hawkins is more of a talker than he is a fighter. Fair enough.
Yep, and so Dolph Ziggler gets himself 20 points for a match win and 20 points for a title retention is 40 points. 5 for competing is 45 points.
Mm-hmm.
And Ziggler had 1 move is 46 points, Dolph Ziggler. Oh, where is he? Oh, 46. 676. Moves to 279. Rolling along after the match, Ziggler cuts a promo about being champion and just being scared to take him on. So Ziggler gets 5 promo points on top of that.
Fair enough.
All right, so after this, we had Dean Ambrose cutting a promo in the backup saying tonight he's going to beat AJ because there's no distractions, yada, yada, yada. Ellsworth shows up and asks if when anyone can come to ring, and Ambrose tells him to take a hike and go eat some Halloween candy. Promo points to Ambrose and Ellsworth.
Again.
Yep.
My fucking God.
Honey. Okay. We then see the Wyatts and Randy Orton in a dimly lit room where Wyatt says that Harper was hesitant about letting Orton in the Wyatt family because he's a snake. Orton says that he was born with the devil whispering in his ear and that Bray Wyatt is a god. And some yellow graphics flash in Orton's eyes.
You mean the Viper eyes?
I guess.
Okay, then.
Some promo points to those 3.
So you think Orton's playing mind games with Bray Wyatt?
It's possible. And Randy. Okay. We then go down to the ring where the Usos squashed the Headbangers to qualify for the tag team match. So the Headbangers get 5 thank you for showing up points each. And then we have Jey Uso with 15 and 5 is 20 points.
Okay.
It's going to be 204. And then Jimmy Uso got the win, so he'd get 25. And there were no moves in this match, so yeah, just 25 points.
Alrighty then.
5 and 7 is 243. We then have AJ getting ready for his match in the back when he gets with an interviewer, so that's 5 points to AJ. Actually, no, Wait, actually, no, that's 8 points to AJ because it's the first time he showed up tonight. 541. And then Ambrose is shown walking with Ellsworth, and Ambrose tells him he'll keep in touch and then pushes him out an exit-only door and tells him to call a cab. No promo point to Ambrose again.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then let's see.
Moving along.
Yep. And then we have the main event of AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose, which was a good back and forth match and led to James Ellsworth coming through the crowd, who assisted Dean Ambrose in picking up a victory.
Woo!
And with that, we'll start off with, let's see. So Ellsworth gets accompaniment to ring as 5.
He didn't accompany anyone to the ring. He came through the crowd, you said.
That doesn't count. All right, fine. Then he gets 3 showing up points.
Interference.
Oh, yeah, 6. Okay.
Ellsworth.
And then we're going to have ourselves, let's see, who actually won the match. So,
Dean.
Dean won the match. So we'll do AJ first. So AJ had 3 moves, which will give AJ a total of 5 for competing. 3 for moves is 8 points, and being in the main event is an extra 3, which is 11 points to AJ.
Okay, then.
And then finally we have Dean Ambrose, who gets himself 25 points for winning and competing. Another 3 for it being the main event. And 4 for winning the main event.
All right.
No, 5 for winning the main event, sorry. That's 5 and 4. 5 and 4. AJ needs 1 more point. Sorry. 3.
All right.
So Dean Ambrose gets 25 plus 9. Is going to put him at 34. And then Ambrose had, let's see, 34 plus 15 points worth of moves is 44, and another 5 is 49 points Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
15, and then another 9 would be 23, so 323 then. Okay.
Alrighty then.
Scores. Team Shield has crested 5,000 at 51.37. Team Nats at 43.31, and Bullet Club at 37-78.
Damn, dude. That's ridiculous.
No shit. There's the scores for that. Let's hit up the leaderboards.
Let's see how bad it is. Go, Pixelated Stash Man.
I'm going. Put this over here. Paste. We'll get the last team. And team that over here. Team Bullet Club is the last one. this. Put in alphabetical order. And copy here to the main roster. Put this back in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Get this out. Contents.
Show us the numbers.
Oh, I am. Hang on. I gotta paste them. And then I put these in order. Not that column, this column. All right. So Kevin Owens still sitting on top at 659.
Jim, are you going to show us before you read it off? There we go. Okay. God damn.
Kevin Owens still on top at 659, followed by AJ Styles at 553, still trailing by 100 points. Roman Reigns comes in at 510, just a little behind AJ. Then Rhino is still holding up there at 396. Charlotte at 367 off that women's title victory. Still holding in there. Seth Rollins at 360, just a few points ahead of Chris Jericho, also involved in the main event feud. Dean Ambrose on SmackDown, that main event victory knocked him up a little bit, 323. 3 points ahead of Big E from the Raw Tag Champions at 321. And Heath Slater, the SmackDown champs, rounds out the top 10 at 302.
Man, who would have predicted that Heath Slater was going to be in the top 10 for like a month straight?
Yep.
Jeez. Or a couple months straight. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. That is what he does.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, he'd actually be higher, but he wasn't on SmackDown this week.
That's true.
So that is where we're at score-wise.
Man, this week was just a fucking massacre.
It basically was, but we'll see what happens come Survivor Series. Things could change in the next few weeks leading up to the pay-per-view, and the pay-per-view itself left many eliminations and many points awarded. So we'll see how it goes.
John's not getting 1,200 points.
No.
Unfortunately.
Sadly, no. We'll see how that's going to be a determination of the draft as time goes.
Yeah, pretty much.
At this point, I don't think I'm even going to catch you. I'm 900 points behind you.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell pretty much nail in the coffin there.
Yep. Well, we'll see what happens anyway and see how the season rounds out. And,
absolutely.
We'll see you next week for more wrestling fun. Jeff, thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.
I'm James Phoenix. Peace.